Greetings once again, people, and welcome to yet another episode of Seeking Shamblers. This time around, we're checking out Deathmatch Map by phillipt at screwsnet.com, which is one of the lost Aftershock levels, I guess you could say. It's a level we saw back in the days of Aftershock, and I want to convert over. But it's been rather much of a pain trying to find this one. Yeah, this one kind of was missing from a lot of places. It's like, you would see This Is the End 2, the revised version of this with a couple more enemies and different stuff like that, and different geometry even, but not the original version of this level. I've been looking everywhere for this one, and every time I would see this level, because it has the exact same file name, I'd get my hopes up. And it would turn out not to be the same level. It turned out to be This Is the 2. But this is the original version, made on July 29th of 1996. So, what is that? This is also known as This Is the End, due to him listening to it doors when he QBSP'd it. Anyway, this was made by phillipt, also known as Frederick on IRC. And basically, this is a deathmatch level that does not look like a bot. And that's the fancy thing about it, is that this is a level that's more than just a bot. Because this is that period of time whereby that type of thing would actually be an amazing feat. But yeah, this is a very early Quake level that for some reason we haven't really seen on any compilations, really. Every time I've looked at a compilation, it kept like being overridden by This Is the End 2. So I'm glad to find this one finally. This really is just a basic deathmatch level. It doesn't really have anything else. I think it has like one Rottweiler in like the beginning room, but other than that, it's really just for the multiplayer portion of it. Anyway, other than that, this was made using 3DS with 3DS Map, and it took many days to construct due to his first attempt at a usable map. He learned it. Learned it? Okay. Gotta love these weird typos or whatnot in the documentation. And they can't take it back now after 20 plus years. I don't even think they really care after 20 plus years that they wrote it like that. But yeah, grammar issues. Gotta love them. And the fact that you can always realize after the fact to regret it. Anyway, he's also an artist and interested in making a whole Quake sci-fi package. Not for money, just for the fun of it. So if you're interested and have something to offer, email him. I still have heard nothing about that, so I'm not sure if he ever really did it. The most recent thing that I'm aware of is Fredcast, which definitely was interesting because it had a lot of weird, like, Egyptian textures, but I wouldn't really say that was sci-fi at all. Anyway, let's load up this level, see what exactly we're in for. Because as said before, it's the same exact file name as This Is the End 2. This one I've called This Is T2, just so I'm kind of able to just figure it out. Now, there we are. Okay, I was wondering, wait a minute, this is the Aftershock version. Wait a minute here. Did I not, like, write it right or something? Also, I didn't think I had the Aftershock version in here. That's really confusing. Yeah, because I thought, okay, now I'm very confused. Why would I have the Aftershock version in here if the Aftershock version didn't exist? No, it did exist. That doesn't make sense at all. Did This Is the End 2 actually have a different name and I forgot about it? It's actually, okay, fine. I thought this was actually a different map, but apparently not. I'll set this to This Is The, overwrite it, and call it a day. I'm trying to think, is this actually have like a different file name? No, it's still the same file name. I don't know where that one went or why that one's suddenly that. This one is the... Oh, you know why? Because I'm working under the Quake directory, the original Quake directory. I'm not working under the one that I'm working for DOSBots. That would explain a lot. God, why do I forget these stupid little things? Yeah, it's very, very easy to forget something like that and end up regretting it. I think it's this one. This is SP, I think I called it. Oh, wait, actually, yeah, was actually the wrong one. This is SP is what I ended up naming it. though I believe it is the same file name by default. That was something I did so that way I could remember that it was a different level from the one I was looking for. And yeah, looking at it had the original name. So I ended up confusing myself because I named it differently to begin with. Don't do that, people. That's the lesson here. Don't do that. So let's load up this level and Quake, because we have a Quake level to actually see, and I kind of didn't get to see it last time. Let's see here. This is Sparta. Okay. And here we are. The same level, but now in the right texturing. Hooray! Gotta love that right texturing, right? Totally amazing. Look at the different colors. Because that's really all that we really care about in this one. Yeah, this Aftershock conversion days are definitely going to be better when they're done. But as said, this was one of the levels that we had to cover. We still had like 12 more, so this will put it down to, I think, 11. We're getting down there, at least. And like I said, every one of these done means one less we have to ever worry about. It's more of just an idea of what we have not really covered, and I assume when we hit like all of them, we could say without hesitation that we have seen every single level that's really in this period of time, at least hopefully. But yeah, this is the original geometry of this is the main thing you should note about this one is that it's like completely opposite the starting room idea of the other one. Basically, this is the 2 ends up like basically warping it and making it backwards. It's like exactly the opposite direction from this one. It's kind of weird. But yeah, this one you start out, you go to kind of the right, and then you have the staircase to your left. The other way is like the opposite side, and then you come over here. Very strange, but that's kind of how the map was designed differently. And shows there was a weird geometry difference in addition to the additional monsters. Anyway, all that's really up here seems to be a double-barreled shotgun, nothing really fancy. I mean, this whole level's not really that fancy because this is just a deathmatch level. Duru. But, as said, it's all about checking it out, moving around, see what's exactly here. And, well, go in from there. My God, is this boring. I'm sorry, people. I know I'm supposed to be the enthusiastic person having fun with this whole thing, but at the same time, like I said, really when it comes to simple deathmatch levels that we've already kind of seen, I definitely feel like this is just bringing closure more than anything. I mean, we had to check out a lot of the other levels like Hello and all those, so this one's kind of just here because, well, it was kind of hard to find this one. And we needed to therefore find it. But, yeah, it really isn't much. As you can kind of see, there's really not much here. There's a couple double-barreled shotguns, and that's been the highlight of this level. Let's see here. This is getting us the main little area. Also, if you notice, this is on, like, this side. On, like, the final version, it's, like, on the opposite side of the staircase. So, yeah, it's really, like, a lot of elements were, like, warped around and made, like, backwards from how they were in their final version. But, yeah, here's the nail gun. Some resources. Let's see. Let's head up this way. Up a little staircase of death, I guess. To the central platform, which just has a grenade launcher. There's no ogres or anything really to kill me up here, sadly. And let's start heading to the final area, because there's really not much to do here, and I want to get over this level. I know I just started it, but yeah, this is kind of pointless. But had to see it, had to add it to our list, so yeah, for closure's sake, this had to be done. And that's what today's all about with this level. Finding a level that really is bringing closure to it so we don't have to look for it anymore. Because it's one of those levels that's really forgettable, really kind of meh, but at the same time, as said, it's a forgettable experience otherwise. But at the same time, it's hard to remember because this is the 2. Okay, here's another grenade launcher up here. And that looks like the exit. Brilliant! Let's get out of this freaking level. Because I'm bored out of my mind. Anyway, there seems to be no rocket launcher or anything like that, interestingly enough. Yeah, there was no rocket launcher. Nor was there like a super nail gun or really any powerful guns at all. Also, I should probably mention, it is one of those deathmatch levels that really doesn't look like it'd be very sensible as a deathmatch level. Because, kind of like the last one, it's very linear. It's very much in a very direct path. And these type of levels don't make much sense from a deathmatch perspective because you're kind of going on a linear path to kill everything. Yeah, I don't really understand why these type of things were considered deathmatch maps instead of making them proper single-player levels. But yeah, that basically is a general factoid, I guess you could say, of these. And is something that we kind of just have to deal with. A lot of linear deathmatch levels that don't really make much sense in a deathmatch perspective. But yeah, this one didn't really have much in the way of resources. And other than that, yeah, it doesn't really have a single player focus like This Is the End 2 had. So, with that in mind, this has been rather boring. I can kind of understand that. I'm sorry about that, people. But as said, this whole episode was about basically bringing closure to one of the very last Aftershock levels that I finally was able to find. And therefore could kind of clean it out, finally. Since we did see the second version, and that one's almost exactly the same, except superior because it has single player. So needless to say, this one's kind of worthless for most cases, but due to historical reasons, we had to see it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. It's been an adventure, and I shall see you all, hopefully in something a lot more fun than this. See you all then.